To the good woman out there, I know I don't talk a lot to y'all or whatever the case may be because sometimes if it's not broke, then don't try to fix it. But one thing's for sure, we love you. I appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing. I want to acknowledge that. And on this particular video, I got you. Roll it.
I just want to say this because this really been on my mind lately. I have nothing against the plain Jane females. And what I mean by that, like the females who doesn't go out, the female who doesn't like get their makeup done, the female who doesn't really get their hair done often, the plain Jane females. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't have nothing against y'all, but why is it so hard for us pretty girls to come across a decent guy? It just seemed like all the guys, the good guys, always like cuff the plain Jane females. And I feel like, you know, us pretty girls, and I'm not calling the plain Jane females ugly. I'm just saying like the pretty girls that's extra, you know, you know, we love to dress up, we love fashion, we love keeping our nails and our hair done. And we just like we
And I said this. The answer to that is actually quite simple. She's more likely to be an asset. You're definitely a liability. While you think you're pretty, she knows she's beautiful. For sure. I stand by everything I said in that video. There was a time that vanity didn't exist on this earth. Why? Because there was a time that people could not look at themselves. There was no way for a person to see what their face looked like, to see what their own face and own expressions look like. So I'm going to start this video off with a jewel. Show off style. If your looks were a gift given to you, for you, by God, He would have made it much easier for you to look at yourself. There would be no need for a mirror because you could just walk down the street and look at your own face. So, in other words, who are you to judge whether you're pretty or not? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell y'all what happened, all right? What happened was the way that women look now, which is a certain standard that they have created amongst themselves, is the way that very few women walked around looking on that level of, I don't know, fab, whatever y'all call it. There were very few women walking around looking like that, and that made them the commodity. The guy would be intimidated to step to her because she was a commodity that everybody wanted. Now, ladies, what has happened is most of y'all look like that now. So now, what you deem to be a plain Jane, and I say you deem to be a plain Jane, I don't believe she is. She's the commodity now. She's what a man wants. Now, in other words, men are starting to come to their senses. Sure, they will fuck you. They'll fuck you a couple times. But they're not going to wife you. And I'm going to tell you why. The woman that you call a plain Jane is not a plain Jane. She is only a woman who knows when and where and how to turn it on and off. She knows the reasons to turn it on and off. All right? She is that woman that when he comes home, he's not coming home to a bonnet and he's getting her hair done only for her to walk out the door and he sees the back of it and never gets to see her in that shit. She knows her value. She knows the value of money. She knows the value of time, and she appreciates the effort, the time, the money that he invests in her. So she doesn't take advantage of it. She's comfortable with herself. She understands her own value. There's nothing plain about her. She knows that her beauty actually starts from her inner. And she also knows that he likes it, that he loves it. She knows what he loves. She knows everything she needs to know. So that's why she's getting cuffed. You proclaimed yourself to be different than her. You have to have your nails done, put your face on every day. You have to go be out at the club. You have to do all of these things that she has no interest in doing. See, at some point, she probably had an interest in doing that, but she was able to transition into this person. You, on the other hand, are incapable of transitioning to this person. So that's what makes her an asset. She is an asset because she knows her value. She knows when to turn it on and when to turn it off. She knows that it's what comes from the inside that makes that man want to be at home, want to come home, want to be with her, want to be better, want to do things for her. You, on the other hand, you're a whole liability. Why you're a whole liability? Because we know that the majority of the women who are out here doing this stuff and wearing this stuff and purchasing this stuff can't afford that stuff. So we know when we step to you, there is a pretty good chance that there's at least one, maybe a few dudes who are already providing these things for you. Very good chance. And I hate to be that person who, no, I don't. It's the truth. It's a very good chance that somebody is over here providing these things for you. So we stepping into a cloud. So we don't want to have nothing long term to do with you. Furthermore, if I should get you to myself, and this is where guys are getting smart. Some of us learned it too late. Others of us learned it on time. This is where guys are getting smart. He knows that the longer I deal with you, the more I have to keep this shit up. So now it becomes a race. How much money and time do I have to put into this person that I see zero future with before I can fuck her? Now, why won't he hold on to you? Because he sees no future in you. So, even if he does get the chance to body you, he's going to body you a few times and then he's going to bail. Because eventually, if he bodies you enough, eventually he's going to do something stupid and end up having you as a liability for an extended amount of time, 18 years. See, y'all are looking at these dudes, these young dudes who say this, and y'all say, "Oh, that nigga just a broke nigga. He this, he that, he ain't shit. He ain't shit." Ladies and gentlemen, I come to tell y'all this. That's the same mindset that these rich dudes who have been single for years and dating all of these women and fucking all of these women or whatever the case may be, and they don't have no kids. That is the same mindset that he has been using all of this time. The same exact mindset. See, you see all of these women coming out and talking about their experiences with this type of dude or whatever the case may be, and it never dawns on them to ask the question, where are they? Where did these guys go? This guy that spent all of this money on you and he's so rich and he got all of this and that, and where is he? Why are you available for these conversations? Because you wasn't dating him. He was doing what was necessary to fuck you. You thought you were dating. He wasn't dating you. And this is what dudes are doing now. But that lady that you called the plain Jane, who just only knows her value and knows when to turn it on and turn it off, and for whom to turn it on and turn it off for, she's the one who's getting cuffed. Because she's a wife. That's in her. Can you say the same about you? What happens when you go to the club? You can go to the club damn near ass naked, no pockets, no nothing, and leave out of that bitch drunk. And you got a man at home. Who's been buying you the drinks? I'm supposed to pay to keep you up so you can go find my replacement? Fuck that. Nah. So there you have it. Stop asking questions that you know the answer to. Because when you start describing her, you were answering your own question. Not saying that Shorty was ugly. Not saying that. Only thing I'm saying is stop asking questions that you know the answer to. Show off.